Get your phone out of my face.
You know, we're all fearful of being labeled racist, homophobic, intolerant. All these labels that have cropped up in the last 10 years or so. Nobody wants to be labeled like that. But that sometimes we have to take a front seat and address a situation that's frankly gotten out of control. In the last, well, since Saturday at 1 o'clock, my team and I have addressed the arrest of Doc Green of American Voice Radio on the right side of the mic. He went with a very small group down to the Montrose Library in Houston, Texas, to make his presence known when they were having drag queen story time. Now, let me explain to you guys what drag queen story time is, okay? It is an effort by the library to open a event where people who like to dress up as women and their men try to show children that their lifestyle is perfectly normal and is harmless to the general population. Now, like I said, saying something like that right away, I know half the population of Austin, Texas is going to say I'm homophobic, and I'm not. This is called memory implanting. And in the Miss Bean or Binet or whatever that dreamed this thing up, even said that the kids are encouraged, if they wish to dress in drag, so to speak, so they'll, dance and sing with the drag queens, that would be appropriate. Well, when you take a 5 or an 8-year-old, somebody around that, they don't really have sexuality yet, okay? And so they're forming their opinions. And if part of their opinion is being affected by grown men who are imposing these ideas upon them, then they can go decidedly one way or the other. They can either be completely repulsed or they can embrace the idea rather than letting them develop naturally. And that's what Doc was trying to say. Charlie Brown, one of our writers who wrote the article for this morning, actually said that if someone called in to the Child Protective Services and said, we have a neighbor we've observed, a grown man, who's dressing up like a woman and he's dancing and singing with a 5-year-old girl all over his house, that would call for an investigation, and frankly, it would probably be a slam dunk. Okay, but these parents are bringing their kids into these meetings, and embracing this whole universal idea of, we're all going to be friends, kumbaya, and we are the world, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is wrong. It isn't just the alternative sexuality. It is any sexuality being displayed in any way to a child's formative mind. They don't need, I was, like I said in my article yesterday, I was 10 years old before I realized that Donald Duck wasn't wearing any pants. Sexuality didn't come into it. 8 and 10-year-old boys generally don't want to play with girls. That's why they have the clubhouse and the treehouse with signs, no girls allowed. And then later on, as they develop through puberty and they develop, they're whatever they're going to be, then at that point, they are attracted to whomever they're going to be attracted to. And I don't know a lot about the psychology that's on both sides of the fence. Some people say you're born to be gay. Some people say you learn to be gay. But at any rate, suffice to say, by your 18th birthday, you pretty well know what rings your bell. You don't have to go to drag queen story time and be told that, well, this is a perfectly acceptable lifestyle. You can dress like me and act like me and everything's going to be cool. That's not the way it works in the real world. And so that is why the butcher shop has taken this task on to display what really happened on Saturday. Doc was arrested. He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital. He was ushered out of the public library at the behest of the chief administrator of that library, and we're calling for her firing. We're calling for the police like to hang around there so much. Good. We need to have a police presence there to make sure that drag queens aren't, ending up with the little kids alone. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's it for today. Y'all have a blessed week.
Tricky, tricky puck.